Alaminos. Hey, you're not always working, but your truck is. This is the new 2018 Ford F-150. It doesn't just raise the bar, pal. It is the bar.
Let's welcome these guys to the program. Let's play.
Dude. Whoa, let's go. What may very well be the biggest pickup game in the history of football right here in New York City.
You make their day, we make it easy as a tack. Use Visa Checkout to order Papa John's Pizza this NFL season.
Yeah.
A triangle solo? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much money Sam and Joanna saved by switching to Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Name. You will picture me in your head. Can you see my skin, my age, my beliefs? Address. You imagine this place. Does where I'm from change how you see me? When you get to my experience, will you see how qualified I am? My skills. Don't imagine what I might be. See what I can do. Search for greatness. Search Indeed. The world's #1 job site.
Saturday on Fox. Success for the Sooners. Touchdown! Means every opponent gives them their best. This week, Iowa State takes their shot. Then, Maryland looks to shock the country when they take on Ohio State. College football, Saturday on Fox.
And that'll do it for the Built Ford Tough Fox NFL Sunday pregame show, brought to you by the official truck of the NFL. We thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the game from Wembley Stadium. The Dolphins and the Saints. Here, Kevin Burkhardt, Charles Davis, and Pam Oliver.
All righty, Kurt. What a scene here in London at Wembley Stadium as the Saints and the Dolphins taking the field. 90,000 strong here at Wembley, making some noise. It's the NFL on Fox. Early edition from the UK, the 1-2 Saints against the 1-1 Dolphins, who are the home team today. Welcome to the broadcast booth. My partner's Charles Davis, and I'm Kevin Burkhardt. Let's start with the Dolphins. They're the home team. Their offenses should be really, really good, right, Charles? Well, they scored 6 points against the Jets, and their head coach, Adam Gase, is putting the pressure on himself.
Certainly pointing the finger directly right back at himself. And what he says is he's got to be more inclusive in his play calling. In other words, get the ball to playmakers early. Let them do their thing. Of course, Jay Ajayi is going to power them on the ground, but he wants to empower this team and get them off to a fast start.
Meanwhile, for the Saints, they've got Drew Brees. They usually can score, but he's got to have some help. Can the defense give it to him?
Well, they certainly did last week at Carolina, didn't they? And they expect more of the same. Cam Jordan, their defensive end, plays at a Pro Bowl level each and every week. And now he's got some youngsters behind him, like Marcus Williams in the secondary, who are making plays. And if the Saints want to go back to the playoffs, the defense is going to have to do their part.
Well, we're glad you're up early with us today from the States. We're here live from London. That's right. We got some Saints, we got some Dolphins, and a gorgeous day across the pond here in the United Kingdom. That's right. Kickoff on Fox. Coming up next.
The best suit you'll ever own is the one you design yourself. One that fits you perfectly. With personalized details, the finest Italian fabrics, and it's made right here in America.
Custom suits by Joseph Abboud, exclusively at Men's Warehouse.
Allergies can hold you back. Break through with Allegra 5-in-1 Relief. It starts working in 1 hour. Relief lasts 24 hours, and it's non-drowsy. Break through allergies with Allegra 5-in-1 Relief.
What's the emergency? I got the Mars rover stuck in a ditch. Where? Where do you think? On Mars?
Next Big Bang. Monday night at 6 on Fox 29.
Me and you just singing on the train. Me and you listening to the rain. Me and you sitting on the lawn. Me and you just singing our song just to rhyme, to shine and to pass the time.
Current GMC lessees can get this low-mileage lease on this specially equipped GMC Sierra SLE for around $239 per month. We are professional grade GMC.
How do you become America's best-selling brand?
Shoulder pads, helmet, safety first. Have fun out there, guys.
Be the hammer, not the nail. Lead with the shoulder, drive through the body, grab the arm, go, go, go!
Who are you?
Mama's building champions.
Safe, tough, and game day ready. That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand.
Right now, get into a built Ford Tough F-150 for as little as $209 a month. Just $209 a month.
Look who just moved in. Introducing the new Midnight Edition with aggressive blacked-out alloy wheels, spoilers, outside mirrors, and more. Take on the mainstream in Nissan's Midnight Edition. 6 models, 4 colors, only at your local Nissan dealer. Lease the Rogue family starting at just $159 per month, or lease Maxima just $229 per month.
The ALDS begins Thursday on FS1.
Fox Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and remove your hats as we welcome Grammy Award-winning singer and songwriter Darius Rucker as he sings the U.S. National Anthem.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Now please welcome to sing the national anthem of Great Britain, the world-renowned mezzo-soprano Laura Wright.
What is PlayStation Vue? It's watching your favorite shows and sports, live, recorded, or on demand. It's watching across multiple devices at the same time. PlayStation Vue is a whole new way to watch live TV. And it starts right now. Even if you don't have a PlayStation, start your free trial today.
PlayStation.
Allergy sufferers, a word to the wise. If symptoms at night ruin your next day, try Zysol. It relieves symptoms while you sleep and keeps relieving all day. Because Zysol's as effective at hour 24 as at hour 1. So, be Wisol. Take Zysol.
Whether it's new business, new boss, or new romance,
These are the designer moments.
Now at Men's Warehouse, designer suits start at $279, plus buy one, get one free on select items.
You're gonna like the way you look in a designer suit.
Welcome back to Wembley. I'm Pam Oliver. A couple of injury notes for you. For the Miami Dolphins, one of their starting defensive tackles, Jordan Phillips, will not be able to play. He is dealing with an ankle injury. For the New Orleans Saints, their starting left tackle is out as he continues to deal with a shoulder matter. Now, as a development...
Hey, Pam, we're on a different time schedule. You know what I mean? It's all good. So we'll watch. Williams will be out initially, and Pam mentioned Teron Armstead. He's recovering from a shoulder surgery, so he's out. Saints won the toss. They deferred, and so the Dolphins will get the ball first, and we'll get to see our... Well, he was our partner for like 90 days. Jay Cutler, quarterback the Dolphins.
93 days, to be precise. We miss him already, but this is going to be fun to be here to watch him play because players need to play, and he's got an opportunity, and it's a great chance for him today.
And from London, here we go, as Dolphins will take it on out. Grant being ambitious, and that looks like that was not a great decision. And so instead of taking over on the 25, the Dolphins do not have great starting field position here from their own 15. And we will see Jay Cutler, who for a moment was retired, was going to join Charles and I here in the booth. He was going to be in London one way or the other. Now he is the starting quarterback of the Miami Dolphins.
And last week, they didn't get a chance to establish their ground game. Jay Ajayi had 16 yards last week. That's not what they're looking for. They will want to do that, but keep an eye out on Jay Cutler using his right arm today and dealing it out to Devontae Parker and Jarvis Landry and Kenny Stills and trying for some big plays downfield.
They start out on first down. It's Ajayi trying to get the run game going and nowhere to run as A.J. Klein came in with a flurry and made the stop. And that is something, as Charles mentioned, they have just got to do better. 15 carries for 30 yards last week, and it wasn't Ajayi's fault. I mean, it was plays like that. He had no chance.
It's an offensive line that feels like they are a very good run-blocking unit, but they got embarrassed last week by the New York Jets defensive front. You know they're out for redemption, but the first play, the New Orleans Saints took it to them.
Four-man rush. Cutler fires. He's got it complete. And a first down. Devontae Parker's got it out to the 30 and a gain of 15.
This is one of the playmakers you'll take a good look at all day is number 11, Devontae Parker, using his big body to make the catch downfield. And if you don't put a body on him and put him down on the spot, he gains additional yardage. Notice how he slid off the first tackler and still got upfield for additional gain.
Julius Thomas is in that grouping on the top of your screen for Miami. Trying to get him going. Longtime Bronco in Jacksonville the last couple of years. Looking to throw it to that side and set up a wall for Stills. But Stills is tripped up. Anzalone got over there quickly. And it looks like he's hurt after making the play. And he is as he holds that right hand. Anzalone, a rookie out of Florida. They drafted him in the 3rd round. Made a nice play on Kenny Stills. They had the blocking set up, and now we hope he's okay.
And I spoke with the linebackers coach Mike Nolan before the ball game about Alex Anzalone and his progress. He said he's playing very well. A guy who can run, who can hit, very smart in his coverages. Had a tough time against New England where they took advantage of the rookie, but doesn't Tom Brady do that to a lot of people, rookie or veteran otherwise?
Yeah, I was going to say he wouldn't be the first. And so they tend to Anzalone here, trying to get some movement in that right side.
Had shoulder issues during his entire career at the University of Florida. That was a big concern about him coming out. Only played 1 full season while he was with the Gators, but when he was on the field, he was a force.
Injury break here from London.
Welcome. How's it going?
Hi. Hi.
Okay, so you've got 2 friends here.
Yes.
This is the J.D. Power Award for dependability. Now, I want you to give it to the friend that you think is most dependable.
Oh!
Wow.
It's just not fair.
Does she have to?
She doesn't have to.
Oh, I don't?
No, but it's a tough choice, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, luckily, Chevy makes it a little easier because it's the only brand to earn J.D. Power Dependability Awards for cars, trucks, and SUVs 2 years in a row.
That's amazing. Chevy's a name you can trust.
What is this?
It's the new iPhone. It's for our anniversary.
Our anniversary?
It's 34 days since we first met.
I didn't get you anything.
Oh, it's fine, because I got myself one, too.
Oh.
From you, for me, happy anniversary. I love it. That is very thoughtful of you. Thank you.
Get the amazing new iPhone 8. And with all AT&T Unlimited plans, get HBO for life. Less than $40 per line for 4 lines. Only from AT&T.
Let's welcome these guys to the program.
You make their day, we make it easy as a tap.
Pizza!
Use Visa Checkout to order Papa John's Pizza this NFL season.
Saturday on Fox, Iowa State takes on Oklahoma and Maryland battles Ohio State. College football on Fox.
Don't worry, I got this! LAPD brass is sending over Deputy Chief to evaluate our division.
Hello, Roger. We have a history. Did you feel the tension? Hello, Roger.
No.
All new Lethal Weapon, Tuesday on Fox. Fox Thursday, Charlize Theron guest stars.
She may not be what she seems.
Give me back my ship.
I think everyone's going to want to see this.
The Orville, all new Thursday on Fox.
Today's game is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency.
Anzalone is 47 with the long blonde hair.
He went down immediately, clutched. It appeared to be his hand, but sometimes you do that to take the pressure off of your shoulder. And you see how they're holding his hand up now? Well, it's usually a shoulder indicator right there. I've had 2 operations myself.
Yeah, he had 2 of them. You said it at Florida, also had a broken arm. Craig Robertson, number 52, takes over for him in that linebacking core. So 2nd down and 8 for the Dolphins here. First drive of the game from London. Charles Davis and Pam Oliver, Kevin Burkhardt, our entire crew, and Cutler to throw. As time sings it over the middle to Jarvis Landry, and it's another first down. Already, this Dolphin offense looking better than they did the entire game against the Jets. As take a look at Jay Cutler. Again, with a new team in his 12th year, was done after his Bears contract expired. But you go back to 2015 when he had a good year under Adam Gase, one of his better years of his career. Ranks don't blow you away, but there's no question that Bears offense played well with Gase at the controls and Cutler as quarterback, and that's why when Ryan Tannehill went down, he gave him the call to come out of retirement, and so he did. Here's Ajayi, breaks 2 tackles, and look at Jay Ajayi go! The hometown kid who was born in northern London. A lot of 23 jerseys coming into the stadium today, and he's got himself a big run of 14.
Watch in here because things get bunched up initially on the run. And watch Ajayi works his way out of an attempted tackle by Cam Jordan, number 94, and then he's able to get vertically upfield. There's Marcus Williams, 43. He misses an opportunity. Kenny Vaccaro, 32. They got just enough of him to end up knocking him down deep downfield. But boy, that was a nice run by Ajayi. Good vision.
Ajayi gets a rare break. Kenyon Drake, number 32, in the backfield. They give Ajayi a spell on first down. They're going to give it to Drake. Right side. Good run. Drake still on his feet. First down, but a penalty back at the 41-yard line. And we'll see about this one as Ed Hockley is our referee today.
Holding. Offense number 74. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat first down.
It's up done. Jermon Bushrod, the right guard for Miami, as we take a look.
And he was unhappy about his play last week. You see right here, see the left hand on the shoulder pad of number 53, A.J. Klein, and that's what they got him for. He was unhappy with his play last week with the Jets. He said he missed a few plays. You know, didn't get the opportunity to move people the way he should have. He wants to atone for that performance today as well.
Ajayi back in the game after the penalty. It's a first down at 20. Wildcat formation now. Check this out. Cutler lines up at the bottom of your screen. They're going to snap it to Ajayi, and that doesn't go anywhere. Kenny Vaccaro in there. We get a penalty flag, too, on the far side of the field. Craig Robertson in on the tackle as well. Let's see what the flag is.
Illegal formation offense. Number 10 was off the line. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Funny you do a formation like that, you think maybe the quarterback would be out of place, but instead it was the wide receiver Stills.
You had the same thought process I did. I thought maybe they'd gotten Jay Cutler for lining up incorrectly. And you know what Jay would say? I'm a quarterback. I know where everyone lines up. You guys should figure it out that it wouldn't have been me.
Cutler back in the shotgun with Ajayi back there. 1st and 25 now after these penalties. 4-man rush. As time steps up, throws complete. It's Landry who gets to midfield. And a 2nd down and long is coming up. You talked to Adam Gase, and he was pretty evident talking to us that he feels he needs to do a better job of getting more people involved.
And so far, he's done that in terms of this game, because now that's Landry with a catch, Devontae Parker with a catch early, got Kenny Stills a ball on a quick screen. Ajayi, of course, has touched it. Kenyon Drake is carried out of the backfield, and they even went Wildcat. So he is trying to be more aggressive, more inclusive, with more personnel on the field.
2nd down and long. Cutler rolling right, looking, firing, complete to Parker. And Devontae Parker on the cross makes the catch down near the 35. Another penalty on the play, though, as we wait for this one. So already the flags are flying in this game.
Before the pass was thrown, holding defense number 32. That's a 5-yard penalty enforced from the previous spot. It also brings an automatic first down.
Well, that certainly helps. Bails them out of a 1st and 25, and that makes it a first down for the Dolphins.
So that's Kenny Vaccaro right there. There's Kenny Vaccaro holding up Jarvis Landry and not allowing him to get into his route. And that's what they caught him for and gave them a first down automatically.
We're looking at Ken Crawley, number 20, and we just showed you Marshawn Lattimore, the rookie corner, number 23. Lattimore was out last week with a concussion. He's back. And Pam, remember at the beginning of the broadcast, P.J. Williams, little disciplinary action and not starting the beginning of the game. So Crawley, who played a lot and played well last week, is getting a start at cornerback. First down for Miami, and they will run it with Ajayi powering his way up to the 41. And Ajayi is going to pick up 4 for Okafor made the tackle. After week 1, the Dolphins played a pretty good game against San Diego, or Los Angeles, excuse me. I still get that wrong.
It's okay. We're all working on it.
And then last week, they just hit the floor. They were awful against the Jets. They scored only 6 points. It came on the last drive of the game. So they've only played 2 games. Those ranks look terrible, but couldn't be a little skewed with only the 2 games played. They missed the first because of the hurricane. Fake to Ajayi. Cutler bobbles, throws. What a catch. Somehow Devontae Parker held on to it. That's what he's good at, winning those one-on-ones, and it's another Miami first down.
Watch Devontae Parker. He wins at the line of scrimmage because he got inside of Ken Crawley on his immediate steps. And once he established that position, look at the body. See his big body in front of Crawley's? Devontae Parker, 6'3", 212, and he and Jay Cutler forge an immediate connection because Cutler feels like he can throw it up there anywhere, and Parker can go get it.
First and 10. Cutler's 5 of 5 throwing the ball. Almost a one-hander from Julius Thomas, and that is his first incompletion. A little bit behind him.
I think there's something wrong with the communication system for the Dolphins right now because Jay Cutler is going back and forth every play to Adam Gase to get the play call rather than hearing it through his helmet. So you see prior to the game as they test the headset communication for the Dolphins, trying to make sure that it is working, and so far it doesn't appear to be for Miami. There's a thumbs up for the Saints sideline.
Well, it'll be a second down. That'll be interesting to watch now how they get these plays in. After the first incompletion by Cutler on second down, Ajayi cuts forward, short game.
So you wonder about getting the plays in. Sometimes you go to hand signals like they used to in the old days, right from the sidelines. But what the Dolphins are electing to do is have Jay Cutler go back and forth with Adam Gase. similar to, look, my son played quarterback in high school. That's how he got his play calls from his coach. So I feel like I'm watching one of those games, old school, go back and forth. So if anyone was wondering about Jay Cutler's physical fitness, it's going to be tested until they get his head set up, right? Because he'll go back and forth to get the play from his coach.
Dolphins have been terrible on third downs this year. Adam Gase said that's got to get better. 3rd and 7 right here. It's been a good opening drive for him. Blitz coming. Cutler over the middle. Wide open as he's got his man. It's Thomas inside the 5. Julius Thomas for 22 yards.
This has to be an absolute bust, Kevin, because Julius Thomas was so wide open. There was no one in the vicinity of number 89. Here he is coming off the line of scrimmage. No one contacts him. No one alters his route. And there's 0 people in coverage in there. He is wide open. Jay Cutler finds him and delivers. Yeah, I think he threw the ball wondering what's the catch here because he is so wide open. Am I missing something? But he put it right on Thomas for a big gain.
This drive has taken over half of the first quarter for Miami. No one else, not the Saints, have had the ball. Cutler's going to loft it to Thomas in the corner. Intercepted! What a play by Ken Crawley. He played it beautifully. And that drive ends with nothing.
How about Ken Crawley here? Because he's small, right? Ken Crawley's going up against a tight end. Crawley, 6'1", 180, was more physical than the 6'5", 262-pound Julius Thomas. Never let him off the line of scrimmage, never let him get past him, and ends up going up and picking off the first pass of the game.
So a long drive goes for nothing. Saints football next.
Sir Jeremy, you are a true friend of the crown. Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly. Madam Susan, you are an even truer friend of the crown. Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly. What is that?
This is a spiced honey mead wine that I have really been into lately.
Please follow Sir Brad. He's going to give you a private tour of the pit of misery.
I'm sorry, what?
Pit of misery. Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly.
Here's to the friends you can always count on.
Car's ready.
Wrong car.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that. You guys want to check it out?
It's someone else's car.
What is this?
It's the all-new Chevy Equinox. This feels like a luxury SUV. Your car's here.
Bummer.
Do we have to take that one back?
Wah, wah.
Can I take this one home?
Current qualified Chevrolet lessees can get this all-new 2018 Chevy Equinox LT for around $199 a month, or get $2,500 total cash allowance. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
I'll have the langoustine lobster ravioli.
For you, sir?
The original call was for langoustine ravioli. A langoustine is a tiny kind of lobster. Slight shellfish allergy rules that out. Plus, my wife ordered the langoustine. I will have chicken tenders and tater tots.
If you're a ref, you way over-explain things. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico.
Sir, we don't have tater tots.
It's what you do.
I will have nachos.
What we're going to have you do is each have a bite of 2 different burgers. One is flame grilled, the other one is fried on the flat top.
Definitely flame grilled.
Yeah.
So much better.
What you're saying is that we should destroy this flat top.
Flat top is my enemy.
Get 2 flame grilled Whopper sandwiches for just $6, only at Burger King.
The only thing that matters is October.
Today's game is sponsored by Bud Light, brewed to be enjoyed responsibly.
Welcome back to Wembley Stadium. Julius Thomas, number 89, is a tight end who's 260-plus pounds against Ken Crawley, number 20, a corner who's 180 pounds. The Dolphins said all of last week against the Jets they were not physical enough. They got out physical. Now, Jay Cutler, I think, is upset more about the helmet communications there than Julius Thomas. But Thomas has to have the ability to knock that corner aside and establish position. Ken Crawley won that battle from the word go.
He's got 70 pounds on him, but Crawley won it there. Breeze will throw it on first down, and he throws it to the outside to Michael Thomas, second-year player. And he has had a wonderful start to his career. Drew Brees, well, he just keeps on doing his thing at age 38 in his 17th year. You look at this, 495 total touchdown passes. That includes the postseason, 4th most ever
That's how good Breeze has been. And Pam Oliver told us during the break that the Saints also having communication issues. So it's not a helmet thing, we're told. It is a communication issue, period. So this would be interesting. See how the teams handle this. They're going to try and set up a screen, and they do just that. It is Ingram who has turned himself into a really good pass catcher, and he's got himself a first down for New Orleans. So let's watch how they get these plays in.
They're going to use Chase Daniel, number 10, the backup quarterback. Sean Payton's relaying the call to him verbally, and then Chase Daniel's relaying it to Drew Brees, also verbally. He's coming out partially onto the field. Brees is meeting him part way and getting the call in that way.
It's like going back to high school, Charles, here in London. Alvin Kamara in the game for the first time. The rookie that Sean Payton likes out of the backfield. They'll throw it to him. Makes the catch. Kamara makes a mad miss. We have a penalty flag. That would be a first down, but let's wait and see who the flag is on here.
As we get the call, Kevin, the Saints will have to clean that up about how they communicate, because I don't think Chase Daniel can come on the field every play.
I think you're right. But it's obviously something you don't expect to have
Before
happen.
the pass was thrown, illegal hands to the face. Defense number 25. That penalty is declined. The play results in a first down.
So that's on Xavier Howard. The Dolphins secondary is banged up today. Byron Maxwell hurt his hamstring in warmups, and he is out today. So Xavier Howard is a normal starter. Number 30, Cordray Tankersley, a rookie, has been inactive for the first 2 games. He is starting today on the top of your screen. So we'll look at him and see how he does in his debut. It's Ingram on the run for New Orleans. Not going to be much. So against a Drew Brees-led offense, you take a guy, now look, he has pedigree, won a national title at Clemson, played well last year, but hey, you're off the inactive, and you're starting in London against Drew Brees.
And if the Saints coaching staff has picked up on this, which I expect them to do very quickly from the booth up top, those plays, that they'll let Sean Payton know that. You need to test this young guy early and see what he's got.
Second down. Looking to Kamara again. They swing it to him in the flat. It's a good block. Kamara, look at the speed, and a first down for New Orleans. He's down to the 41-yard line. Josh Hill threw him a great block.
Great observation, Kevin, because Josh Hill really made this play. Watch coming at you. Number 89 in white's going to make the key block after the catch. Right there. And there's Kamara, taking it upfield. But here's Josh Hill, number 89, working on Rashad Jones, a former Pro Bowl safety, and
There was
Kamara
no
getting
foul
upfield.
on the play. The runner was not out of bounds at the time he was hit. The play results in a first down.
Well, there was a flag that came out very late, and I guess it wasn't a flag as Ed Hockley clears up on Kamara. Look, the Saints will use a rotating group of running backs, most notably MVP Adrian Peterson, who signed here and is not getting a ton of carries so far, and there he is. That's how they've done it for years, but Sean Payton said had a man crush on Kamara, and of course they drafted him. Here is Peterson. Brees to throw. Brees gets hit as he throws. Incomplete. Down to the field we go with Pam Oliver.
Hey there, Kevin. The rule is if the communication system is down on one side, then the communication system has to be shut down on the other side. So that's what we have here. And Sean Payton has been furious about this whole thing. Back to you.
Well, got to play it fairly, and so that's what it is.
And I think right now the officials are going to talk to Chase Daniel about how far he's coming out onto the field to give plays to Drew Brees.
Yeah, that's a warning. You can't do that. And we'll see if that continues. We saw Cutler basically running over to Gase on the sideline last time. And now we have a whistle. Saints call a timeout. Discombobulation at its finest here across the Atlantic. But you know what? Hey, things happen. Got a scoreless game, 3:47 to go in the first.
Welcome. How's it going?
Hi. Hi.
Okay, so you've got 2 friends here.
Yes.
This is the J.D. Power Award for dependability. Now, I want you to give it to the friend that you think is most dependable.
Oh!
Wow.
It's just not fair. Does she have to?
She doesn't have to.
Oh, I don't?
No, but it's a tough choice, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, luckily, Chevy makes it a little easier because it's the only brand to earn J.D. Power Dependability Awards for cars, trucks, and SUVs 2 years in a row.
That's amazing. Chevy's a name you can trust.
Every day, more of our dogs are feeling free and looking their best because more pet parents are turning to grain-free diets.
They're free from everything that might have held them back. That's why there's grain-free Blue Freedom. Made with the finest natural ingredients, Blue Freedom has no grains, no glutens. And for some dogs, there's no better diet. Set your dog free with Blue Freedom.
It's the Super Bowl champions in a primetime showdown. It's Patriots. It's Bucks. When it's on, it's on.
He is the real deal.
Tom Brady and the Pats playmakers are on the attack.
And it's caught for a touchdown.
But Jameis Winston has Tampa fired up and ready to shine.
In the atmosphere.
Patriots, Bucks, Thursday night football. When it's on, it's on. Thursday on NFL Network, CBS, and streaming on Amazon Prime Video.
Saturday on Fox, Baker Mayfield leads the Sooners against Iowa State. Then Maryland looks to shock the country when they take on Ohio State. College football, Saturday on Fox.
Today's game is sponsored by Chevy. Chevy's earned J.D. Power Dependability Awards for cars, trucks, and SUVs 2 years in a row. By Burger King. Try the 2 for $6 Whopper sandwich deal today, only at Burger King. And by State Farm. Here to help life go right.
Big Ben Parliament, there you go. Great shots of London. This is happening during the commercial now. Chase Daniel and Sean Payton talking to the officials about exactly what you talked about, Charles.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, I think the way that Chase Daniel was gesturing, wondering if he's wondering to figure out how far he can go out there.
Here's Ted Ginn on a quick hitter, and Ginn is tackled immediately by the rookie Charles Harris. And what's gone on, if you just tuned in, the communication systems are down, so the players are having to get the plays in old school. And before, Chase Daniel was like almost in the huddle. So the official said, hey, you can go out a little, but you can't be crazy.
Yeah, we just talked to Mike Pereira back in our command center, and he said that the officials will be understanding because the communication systems are down. But to your point, not understanding if you get all the way out to the numbers.
Right.
It's a bit too far.
Keep it in check. Third down coming up for New Orleans here. Four-man rush. Breeze throws far side, and he's got a completion. Should be good for a first down. It is Michael Thomas on the catch. They were working on the man we told you about, Cordray Tankersley.
And remember, when you work on a young corner, it's not necessarily always going to be taking him on a deep route. Michael Thomas works very well in the short and intermediate area. A big body receiver makes contested catches. They will use him in a variety of ways, almost like a pitcher throwing changeups, curveballs, and then occasional fastball when they'll run downfield and test his long speed.
Here's Kamara up the gut. Alvin Kamara has himself a good game. He's going to pick up 4 on first down. This running back rotation to me is fascinating. I thought Sean Payton was pretty honest. Kamara's going to get in. To me, it's how do I work in Peterson and Mark Ingram?
And it's going to be, I think, every week someone's not going to get touches. All right, it's not going to be 3 guys dividing them equally. I think he's going to cut it down to 2 guys get the touches, the third guy not as much. Will that third guy be understanding when it's his week?
If you win, everyone will be understanding.
If you win, you can't say anything. Doesn't mean you're understanding. You just can't say it.
Fair point. And Kamara so versatile. He's at the top of your screen now as a wide receiver. Breeze looking that way, getting it that way. Kamara's got a first down. You can see already Sean Payton's putting them everywhere here on this first drive.
Well, that's why he has a man crush, because you can do everything with Alvin Kamara. You can run him top of the screen, number 41 in white. He runs routes like a wide receiver. He can run from inside at the slot. He can carry the football to the perimeter and outside, of course. But also, don't underestimate his ability to run inside, as we've already seen in this game. So Sean Payton has a man crush for a reason. Alvin Kamara is a playmaker.
And he's going to remain in the game as a wide receiver, but now he motions to the backfield on a 1st and 10. Time. Breeze. Now he's going to move to his right. Sling it over to Kamara again. Why not? It's the Alvin Kamara show, and Tankersley getting worked on pretty good on this opening drive. I think the Saints coach just spotted him in the game.
I do believe they did. They get paid for a reason to sit up in that booth. Check and see who's out on the field, who's not on the field, if they like matchups. And, hey, who's number 30? We haven't seen him on film yet. Oh, that's the rookie. Let's test him out.
Kamara's got 4 catches already out of the backfield. Coming in, he had 10 catches the first 3 games. Mark Ingram in the game at tailback now. Second down, the fake. Breeze going to go for it. Oh, knocked away. And there you go, the rookie Tankersley making a play.
And give him credit because, as you've noted, he's been worked on this series, but it hasn't dinged his confidence yet. He doesn't have his head down. This is Tankersley here. Watch him in the backfield. He's reading Breeze, but doesn't abandon his post. See, Breeze looks left to try and draw Tankersley over there, but he stays, flips his hips, and uses that 4.38 40-yard dash speed to go make a play on the football. That was well done by the rookie.
17 seconds left in the first quarter. Each team's had the ball once. Dolphins went down the field, were intercepted in the end zone. Now a 3rd and 7 for New Orleans. Breeze, pocket collapsing over the middle. He's got a completion. It's Josh Hill, the backup tight end, and that's good for a first down if the penalty's not on New Orleans. This one back by the quarterback.
We're going to have to ice down the officials' arms pretty soon.
Holding, offense, number 64. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot to keep 3rd down.
Ed Hockley just did 10 curls before announcing that holding penalty.
And that's Zach Strief, who just got back into the lineup. He ended up getting hurt in the season opener at Minnesota. An MCL in his knee. This is his first game back, and there's the hold right on the right shoulder of Cameron Wake in his pass rush.
Meanwhile, with that, they move the Saints back, and the quarter has run out here from London. So each team moving the ball, nobody scoring here so far as the first quarter has expired. At least we think, yep, that's it. Official signal. Saints and Dolphins still yet to get on the scoreboard.
7 years, never a scratch.
That's more than a scratch.
What do you think about a new truck, buddy?
State Farm knows it's more than a truck, so why not give it the protection it deserves?
I am so sorry.
Talk to a State Farm agent today.
Lucifer season premiere tomorrow on Fox.
Dunkin' has lots of fall favorites to root for. Maple pecan, pumpkin, maple sugar bacon. But on game day, we root for one team. One team, baby. Win the fall, folks.
How do you show up? Do you just bring it? Or do you bring it all?
Lucas.
3rd row like a pro. Current GMC lessees can get this low-mileage lease on this 2017 GMC Acadia SLE1 for around $249 per month for 24 months. We are professional grade. GMC.
This is coffee, the way you expect. This is what fresh sounds like, looks like, tastes like. Freshly ground, freshly brewed all day. Smooth from first sip to last. This is brewed for you. Dunkin' Donuts. This is coffee.
With Beverly Hills Cop thrills and Ghostbuster chills.
Okay, well, she's talking again, so that's progress.
It's one of this fall's most anticipated comedies.
I could have died in there.
Oh, somebody need a hug. Craig Robinson and Adam Scott are the paranormal team of your dreams.
It's a little dynamic I like to call partnership.
Channel.
Yep.
Ghosted premieres tonight on Fox.
Tomorrow, the wait is over. The Gifted, tomorrow on Fox.
And we start the second quarter from Wembley Stadium in London, along with Pam Oliver and Charles Davis. I'm Kevin Burkhardt. No score. Each team has driven the length of the field, just couldn't get in. This guy is back today for Miami, Lawrence Timmons. He went AWOL before the first game that the Dolphins had against the Chargers. And Adam Gase said, you know what, we worked it out. His apology good with me, and they decided to take him off suspension, and he's back today. And quite frankly, they need it.
And Jay Cutler's getting his helmet back, hoping that his communication system is now working.
3rd and 17 after the penalty. 3-man rush. Bree's going to dump it off underneath the Kamara, and he can't elude a couple of Dolphins there. So it looks like a field goal try is coming up for New Orleans, as Timmons was there on that stop. So we'll see Will Lutz try to put the first points of the game on the board. That's what Lutz has done so far. His career high is a 57-yarder. Did that last year. Has a 50-yarder to his credit this year. This one, though, will be from 41 yards. And he pushed it. No good. And so we continue with no points here from Wembley. Apparently these teams left their offenses in the States.
In 10 feet, imagine yourself as the boss. Recalculating. In no time at all, realize you don't have to be the CEO to enjoy the amenities of the VIP suite. Your all-new Compass.
Well-qualified current lessees of competitive vehicles can lease the all-new 2017 Jeep Compass Latitude 4x2 for $176 a month.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar, with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news, some were skeptical. So we're not going to have any pro players taking sips in slow motion. Because the only thing that will make you believe is trying it yourself.
Hey, Josh, will there be more drama between you and Des Bryant this season?
No.
Josh, then why did you just post this image of Des Bryant with sticks of butter for hands? You saying that Des can't catch anymore?
Nah.
Seems like you think you're better than Des Bryant.
I would never say that, sir.
Oh, Josh, you literally just posted an image that says, I am better than Des Bryant. I'm a tornado of coverage. I've out-sprinted cheetahs. Oh, Des, where are you? You're choking on my dust. You wish you were as cool, as handsome, as fast.
Leroy, you were the best detective the LAPD ever had.
The hell?
You help me, I'm gonna get you back on the force.
And what do I get?
What?
Sorry, we'll circle back later. I'm fine.
Starting now, you two are working for the Underground.
Congrats, partner.
All right.
Oh, my God.
And he just took his own head off.
Did you get super high? Because you sound stupid.
Oh, I sound stupid.
You sound stupid.
Really?
Ghosted tonight after The Simpsons on Fox.
The only thing that matters is October.
Today's game is sponsored by the all-new 2017 Jeep Compass.
Well, it's been a strange couple months for the Miami Dolphins. Has it ever? There's a lot of things that have gone into it. First of all, their starting quarterback, Ryan Tannehill, got injured in training camp, so they called our broadcast partner, Jay Cutler, to come out of retirement. Then Hurricane Irma, horrible for everyone in Florida, but they canceled the Dolphins' Week 1 game. So with that, they decided to go practice in Los Angeles because their first opponent was the Chargers. They beat them, came home for a couple days, went up to New York, played the Jets, played terribly, went back home to Miami for a couple days, but then their next game is here in London, so they haven't been home very much. They've been all over the map. They were without their starting quarterback, Ryan Tannehill, who's right there. Jay Cutler went from the broadcast booth to the quarterback, and they're 1-1 after all that being said, and here they are on Wembley with their second possession of the game. Went down the field the first time, but Cutler was picked in the end zone, and now Cutler, a little zone read. Didn't think you see that from Jay Cutler, and he's going to have a good gain on first down.
That's one of the things that's always been underrated about Jay Cutler's game is his athleticism and his ability to use his feet to create extra time to throw the ball and use him in the run game occasionally. I saw that later in his career in Chicago, and I don't think it was any mistake that Adam Gase was the guy to help put some of those things in.
Well, the Dolphins have 97 yards already. Again, they threw a fade Julius Thomas. He didn't go up and get it. First drive was an interception, but they're moving here. Cutler to throw it. He's been on target. This is Landry who's got a first down. So Cutler off to a good start here today after last week, they had a rough one. It was 26 of 44 for 220, but most of that came late in garbage time.
You see, when Jarvis Landry catches the ball, with that frame of his and the power he runs with, every coach you talk to says when he catches it, he turns into either a punt returner or a running back, and he's hard to bring down downfield.
Kenyon Drake in the backfield, spelling Ajayi here. They're going to give it to Drake. Dances away from one tackler. Sprinting to the outside. Nice run by Drake. Still up on his feet across midfield. That's a good effort from Kenyon Drake.
This is a terrific effort because this play should be done right here in the back. Look at A.J. Klein. He comes through unblocked, unimpeded, was a free runner to the backfield, but didn't turn into the free hitter. He missed him, and then Drake turned it into a nice gain for the Dolphins. And you mentioned it about Drake being in the backfield. Adam Gase involving more players early in this game than he did in the first two ball games, wanting more people to be involved.
Yeah, I think given his running back Ajayi, even though he's a workhorse, a breather, here is Ajayi getting back into it. First down for Ajayi and then some. It's got to be fun for him coming back home. It's now a little scuffle at the end of this year. Landry and Lattimore get into it, but here's Ajayi running hard.
And look at the offensive line now. Look at Bushrod, 74. Came off of his initial block to the left, moved back to the right, and married up with Craig Robertson, number 52, to give Ajayi access to the secondary.
So Dennis Allen, who's the defensive coordinator for the Saints, said to him, Jay Ajayi looks an awful lot like Marshawn Lynch.
They say he is one physical, tough runner. Hard to bring down when he gets woven downhill.
There's Allen, and we get a flag for this play. Gets going.
We had a leaner. We had a leaner there. Julius Thomas, I believe.
Offense, number 89. 5-yard penalty. It's first down.
So Julius Thomas hasn't been the most wonderful start of the game for him. And they'll move it back 5 yards.
They did catch that one in the middle where there's a coverage bust, right?
Fair.
22-yarder.
Fair. That helps. Play clock at 2. They get it off. Cutler out of time, thrown far side and incomplete. Boy, Ken Crawley, who had the interception earlier, was right in the mix again, and it was intended for Devontae Parker.
If there's one thing that's really improved in Ken Crawley's game, it's confidence. After his rookie season, remember, he was an undrafted free agent last year. Ended up starting 5 games in 2016. All right, he had 10 passes broken up. Forget the stats. He realized he could play in the NFL. And his confidence at an all-time high. Played really well last week at Carolina and has carried that over here in Wembley.
Ajayi. And he falls forward for a couple. Alex Okafor in there on the tackle. You know what's interesting? You know, Pam told us P.J. Williams, the starter, well, he hasn't been in there yet for some disciplinary action from Sean Payton. And, you know, the way Crawley's playing, I'll tell you what, might be harder to get back in there.
I would make the change. I mean, Ken Crawley's playing very well out there. You don't just send P.J. Williams out. You know, okay, you forfeited your opportunity by the disciplinary action. If Ken Crawley plays well, he stays out there.
Ajayi wants to be out on the field right now. Not happy he's not in there. On a 3rd and 13, Damian Williams is in there. Helps pick up the blitz. Cutler in trouble, and down he goes. Raphael Bush on the safety blitz gets him.
So Bush, who spent last year in Detroit, and there's Jay Ajayi, wanted to be out there. So watch Bush, all right, coming right at you from the right side. And there he is, and Cutler trying to exit the pocket, and Bush gets a good grasp on his leg, able to pull him down.
So the first time the quarterback's hit for either team here today, and it results in a Miami punt. This is short, and it takes a bounce right to Ginn, who will take it and kind of fade out of bounds around the 10. We have a flag at the 25-yard line, and we'll wait and decipher this one. So Ajayi He was hot coming out of that game.
Now
and he's still going.
But is he hot about the play? Sometimes guys are upset because they might have gotten dinged a little bit. Looks like he's getting some attention over there as well.
Yeah, hard to tell. Meanwhile, they decipher the penalty here with Ed Hockley.
During the kick, holding by the receiving team, number 26. It's a 10-yard penalty from where the kick was caught. New Orleans keeps the ball. First down.
So ironically, that's P.J. Williams is playing on special teams, and he gets a penalty. We're scoreless here from Wembley.
In 10 feet, imagine yourself as the boss. Recalculating. In no time at all, realize you don't have to be the CEO to enjoy the amenities of the VIP suite. Your all-new Compass.
Well-qualified current lessees of competitive vehicles can lease the all-new 2017 Jeep Compass Latitude 4x2 for $176 a month.
This is the original light beer, brewed with the belief that a beer could be light and not compromise on taste, to be enjoyed on nights that start out as afternoons. Miller Lite. Hold true.
What we do every night is like something out of a strange dream, except that the next morning, it all makes sense. To power global e-commerce, FedEx networks are massive, far-reaching, and yes, a little magical. FedEx.com/dream.
Not a yes, sir, not a follower. Fit the box, fit the mold, have a seat in the foyer. Take a number. I was lightning before the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder, thunder. Feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder.
Week 4 of the NFL season continues later today on CBS and Fox. Then tonight with Sunday Night Football on NBC. Check your local listings for the game in your area.
When do we fight?
The Gifted, tomorrow on Fox.
The ALDS begins on Fox on Thursday. We've got the Astros and the Red Sox, and the Indians face the wild card winner between the Yanks and the Twins. Look forward to that, Charles. I'll miss you for the next month, but we will be there bringing the American League and then the World Series to you on FS1 and on Fox. Back here from Wembley Stadium. Apropos that we're playing on the pitch of Tottenham, that we have a scoreless game, right? As we sit here in this second quarter, 9:26 to go. Drew Brees off to a good start, but a penalty and a missed field goal halted their last drive. And here is Ingram pushing the pile to the right side. You know, one thing about the Dolphins is their defense is pretty good. So far, they're off to a good start, and they're anchored by Ndamukong Suh. And you know, voted captain this year. He's kind of morphed into that captain role. And a role that he even admitted maybe he wouldn't have taken on as well a few years ago. But he told us this. So I asked him about his mindset. I want to impose my will, let the guy in front of me know we're going to play physical. If you don't want to play that way, then you're going to take a beating.
That's who he is.
I mean, is that not great or what? Brees to throw it. Going to come near side from Michael Thomas, and he makes a great catch. Contested too by Tankersley, but Thomas hauls it in for a first down.
So Jay Cutler believes he can throw any pass up to Devontae Parker and he'll have a good result. Drew Brees feels the same way about Michael Thomas, number 13. 6'3", 212, and competitive as the day is long. In fact, his uncle Keyshawn Johnson played a long time in the NFL. And I said, well, who's the most competitive person in your family? Well, after me, probably my father and my uncle, but after me. That's who Michael Thomas is. He's going to compete for every ball that's in his area.
Second-round draft pick out of Ohio State last year. Had the second most catches by a rookie in a season ever. There's Ginn in motion. They're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Ted Ginn gets it blocked using the speed. And we'll see where they mark him out. About a yard and a half shy of a first down. You know, we were told, I thought the communication systems were back online. Okay, maybe they are. Drew Brees was walking to Sean Payton almost like he didn't hear it. But I think, as Pam Oliver told us, that everything is working. Quarterbacks should hear the plays in their helmets now. 2nd down and 1. Alvin Kamara back there in a single back. Going to get it to him. Kamara got a 1st down. So one thing that's interesting is that the MVP, the former MVP, Adrian Peterson, he has barely even touched the field here today.
And I'm not overly surprised by that, the way this game is going. Unless Sean Payton decided he was going to line up with this retooled offensive line, his best offensive line with Teron Armstead out, and play a little smash mouth, we're going to run the football, grind it, then I'm not sure what Adrian Peterson's role in this offense is. He's not a great pass catcher. Pass protection's not his forte. So where are you going to use him other than you're going to hand him the football? Right now, Kamara and Mark Ingram handle those duties quite well.
Yeah, Kamara and Ingram each have 2 carries. Ginn has 1. Flag on the play. Another one on the play. Brees throwing on the run. Has a completion to Thomas again. And another flag on the play. 1 catch, 3 flags. We'll sort it all out for you. But to finish the thought on Peterson, I don't think he's played more than 2 snaps.
Not very many. I mean, if it was more than that, it wasn't many more. And the problem is, if you have him on the field and you want to hand it to him, you're giving a tell to the defense if that's all you do.
Both teams on the play holding offense on the left side of the line. There was also offside defense, and there was holding by the defense. Both penalties will offset. Replay 1st down.
So just erase that from your memory.
So if a flag falls on the ground, does it make a penalty?
Not if there's multiple ones.
There you go. But you want to finish this thing on Adrian Peterson? The hard part for Sean Payton is how do I get him on the field where every time I put him on the field, I don't just hand it to him. All right, so I tip off the defense. That's where it gets difficult because with Ingram and Kamara, you can do that. You can have them anywhere, and you don't necessarily have to hand it to them to run your offense.
He said, I feel like I'm De Niro on the set of a movie. You know, I kind of know the part. I hope it will work, and I think we'll make it work. But that is to be determined. As what a tackle. Kiko Alonso took that screen and got right rid of it. Ingram goes nowhere as a loss of 2 on the play.
And Kiko Alonso came very close to turning this into a big play for Miami. Watch 47 in the aqua jersey as he comes up right there. If Ryan Ramczyk, number 71, doesn't trip him up a little bit, Alonso has a chance to pick that one off. He read that perfectly and fired towards the receiver. Ramczyk got just enough of him to hold him up before he ended up making the tackle.
Second and 11 for New Orleans. Set up the screen, and Miami knew it was coming. And Ndamukong Suh right there to make the play. He smelled that one out.
Well, sometimes you don't have to beat up a guy. Sometimes you beat him with your mind, don't you, Kevin? Because there's Ndamukong Suh. He sees it, realizes that Mark Ingram's going to get out into the pass pattern, and he covered that like a defensive back. Look at him. Good coverage, undercuts the route, arm in front. And Ndamukong Suh going through some DB drills.
I would take a wager that he would be physical on this play, though. He normally is. It'll be a 3rd down and 11. Saints 14th in the NFL on 3rd down so far this year. Play clock running down. Brees can't handle the snap, and Brees gets buried. Cameron Wake came in, so did Suh, to make sure the Saints couldn't go any further, and we have a late flag, far side of the field. Indication is it's on New Orleans. We'll see.
Illegal motion offense. Number 22 is moving forward at the snap. That penalty is declined. Brings up 4th down.
Yeah, William Hayes comes into the game in the pass rush situation. The veteran they picked up from the Rams. He's in there. Suh's in there, 93. They had 3 defenders get back there to Brees after the lost snap there. And Miami gets to take over the football.
Jarvis Landry back to return the punt. He and Jakeem Grant will kind of split it depending on the situation, but won't have a chance as Morstead punts is out of bounds. And another flag flies.
And a hat.
Flags, hats.
Hat usually means a penalty with the gunner being out of bounds and not reestablishing himself back in the field of play.
Right. So it's been sloppy here, to say the least. On an early start from Wembley. Glad you could join us early in the United States, that is.
Number 16 of the kicking team was running out of bounds and stayed out of bounds. That's a 15-yard penalty. Unsportsmanlike conduct. That will be enforced from where the punt went out of bounds. First down.
Great call, Charles Davis. That's on Brandon Coleman. You have to attempt to come back in when you run out. He did not. So Breeze, his drive falters thanks to Sue and the D. Miami's football scoreless game.
Long live the courageous, the tenacious, the ones who push forward and give back. Long live the greater good, the helping hand, and long live the truck built to outlast them all. Ram, proven to last.
Now with 1,000 Power Days bonus cash, get an average $11,971 in total values on Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab.
Rodgers from the 42 of New York, 4th down and 2. He downfield, scrambles right. Now winds up, rainbows into the end zone. It is
Saturday on Fox, Baker Mayfield leads the Sooners against Iowa State. Then Maryland looks to shock the country when they take on Ohio State. College football, Saturday on Fox.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Microsoft Surface, by Taco Bell and the $5 steak quesarito box, and by the original light beer, Miller Lite. Hold true.
Goes back a long time. 1923, the first event with the FA Cup final, and it still holds the attendance record, 126,000. The Olympics were here, 1948. The World Cup in 66. England won as a host country. How cool is that? And then, of course, you have the Live Aid concert. 1985 raised a bunch of money for Africa Relief. 2007, first regular season game. Giants beat the Dolphins 13-10. As Jay Cutler will throw it on first down, looking at Devontae Parker and connecting to Parker. Finish the thought on Wembley. So this stadium, this place been around since 23, but they knocked it down and then rebuilt the new Wembley, which opened up in 2007. As we take a look at Jesse Davis, the left guard. Miami, Charles, has switched throughout the game. Anthony Steen is your starter. He plays more snaps, but they rotate Davis in throughout the game. Davis played 24 plays last week. And they'll run it. Ajayi looking to get going up the middle and close to a first down.
It's going to be interesting to watch this drive and see what the commitment Adam Gase has to running it here with Jay Ajayi. We saw how emotional Ajayi was at the end of the last series. Not exactly sure what that is about, but I do believe there is an extra bit of pressure. He's come back home to North London, where he was born, left at the age of 7 to go to the United States. He's the face of this game. And I think he wants to put on a big show, and especially after the frustration of last week when he couldn't get going at all in New York. He wants the football and wants to run it.
Dolphins have been terrible on the year on third downs. Just a 3rd and 1. Confusion for New Orleans. Ajayi, top of the screen, uncovered, now covered. Coming near side to Landry for a first down, but we get another flag.
The way that route was run, it's prime call for a pick in terms of the route run by the receivers. They ask you to run that route and be physical, but not slow up as you go past a defender. The way that they crossed and the way that the flag was thrown, that's my initial thought. We'll see. Watch. And right there, I don't know that that's it. Maybe it's just they're going to call holding. I don't think there's any. I'm not sure this is a screen. Take a look. Kenny Stills, number 10. And right there.
Pass interference, offense. It was a pick on the left side. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat third down.
You get 1 yard from the line of scrimmage to legally be able to do it, and that looked awfully close to me.
And I think that the reason New Orleans would be upset is watch the defender engage here. All right? Watch Marshon Lattimore. So he's creating the contact there. And Miami coming to the outside. So, you know, right there for New Orleans, that works out great. I got myself backwards there. If you're Miami, you're like, hold on a second. He came and bumped him. Why are you throwing the flag on us?
I think that's a rough call. But instead of a first down, it moves him back to a 3rd down and 11 as the whistle is blown on the field.
I will say this, Kevin. I would agree with Miami being upset on that one. And I'm a defensive back by trade. So you know.
Now that's interesting.
It takes a little to get me over to that side.
Been a lot of conferences here today, Charles. Some things have not been working, like the equipment early. Some things have been working. Offenses have moved the ball at times, and a lot of penalties in this game. 8 flags total. There's been a few more that have been thrown too. 3rd down and 11 after all that. Blitz. Cutler in trouble. Still up now. Down he goes. A.J. Klein gets the sack, and Miami will punt it away.
And if you're the New Orleans Saints, thank the secondary guys, because the coverage was really good downfield. Tight to the receivers. Nowhere for Jay Cutler to throw the ball. Look at Marshon Lattimore, the rookie, plastered to number 11, Devontae Parker. No options for Cutler. Allowed the rush to get to him.
Matt Hawk will put it away. Ted Ginn back to receive. High kick. Ginn calls fair catch, but it's short, and now he stays away. And look at the bounce. Miami gets a break as it bounces inside the 15. And they will down it there at the 12 with 2:48 to go in this first half of football from Wembley Stadium in London. Somebody scores. Scoreless game. Saints Dolphins. Back in a minute.
This is Google Home. It now supports multiple users, which is really just a fancy way of saying this thing knows the difference between your voice and other people's voices. So if you say, hey Google, call mom.
Okay, calling mom.
It'll call your mom, not just anyone's mom. Because that would be weird. I mean, imagine if this thing was just calling random people's moms. I don't think people would really like that feature.
Harry's meeting clients from far away, but they only see his wrinkles. If only Harry used some bounce to dry, he would be a less wrinkly winning guy.
Tony Gonzalez's career stats are legendary. So are his life stats. All the jobs his mom worked for him. The thousands of calls to her from the road. The 40 years of family dinners. Greatness is measured by the numbers, but it's made with a fighting spirit. Since 1925, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from. It matters what you're made of. Modelo Especial, brewed with a fighting spirit.
2 mutant kids just took down our high school gym.
We help mutants in danger, John. Those kids are mutants, and you sure as hell saw the danger.
We're seeking mutant suspects.
We have all been where you are. We can help. You're with us now.
All of these people need help.
When do we fight?
The Gifted series premiere tomorrow on Fox.
10:26 to go in the fourth.
Coming up on the Visa Halftime, Jimmy and Terry will join us to break down the first half of your game. Plus, we'll preview the 1 o'clock contest, which include both the Cowboys and the Patriots. It's all next on the Visa Halftime. Kevin and Charles, nothing wrong here, right?
I think I saw you at Buckingham Palace the other day, as a matter of fact.
Way more expression in Kurt's face than what we saw at Buckingham Palace, though.
That's very true, very true. Here with Charles Davis, Pam Oliver on the sidelines. I'm Kevin Burkhardt, our entire Fox crew. Pete Majeska producing, Artie Kempner directing. What we've seen is no offense. Well, I shouldn't say that. Both teams have moved the ball, but they haven't been able to score. New Orleans had an interception in the end zone. They also missed a field goal, and Adrian Peterson has his first touch of the day, and it doesn't go very far. Well, if you look at where we are running the ball, we've told you about this three-back rotation for New Orleans. Kamara's got 2 carries. Ingram's got 2 carries. That's Peterson's first. Ted Ginn Jr. has 1 carry. So far the run game not there for New Orleans.
And Drew Brees was coming towards the sideline again. If the communication's working, there's something that's a little bit off. He's not getting everything he wants in his headset and his helmet.
Peterson again, looking to get a rhythm. He's got nowhere to go. William Hayes, the old vet, came in 10th year, and he made the play. And that should take us to the 2-minute warning here from London. It's been a stalemate so far. 0-0 from Wembley.
In the same fire. Blood may be thicker than water, but we've got oil in our veins. Welcome to the Brotherhood of Muscle.
You made the breakfast of your dreams, but it was literally in your dreams. When your morning is hell, have breakfast with a fried egg shell.
The new Naked Egg Taco from Taco Bell. Your dream breakfast wrapped in a fried egg shell.
Sir Jeremy, you are a true friend of the crown. Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly.
Here's to the friends you can always count on.
Athletic training in general is not readily available everywhere. In the past, we did have part-time coverage, but now it's so wonderful to have someone who's here for the betterment of our kids. It's more than just in the training room taping ankles. You can find Amanda anywhere on campus that there's kids' activity going on, injuries, rehab, prehab, the concussion protocol. The athletic trainer's in charge, and if they say they're not fine, they're not going in. The peace of mind that the parent knows that that athletic trainer is there, it's invaluable.
2 minutes to go in this first half. This during the break, Adam Gase letting the officials have it. Not sure exactly on what. Each team has dealt with communication issues today. There's been a lot of flags in this game. 8 penalties, but many more flags than that.
I'll bet. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, just some general sloppiness, Charles.
I'll bet it was on the pick flag.
You know, you're right.
I'll bet it was a pick flag.
100% right.
Because that was a 3rd and 1. They pick up a first down. Goes back to 3rd and 11. Have to give up the football.
Here we go. 2 minutes left. Pressure in Breeze's face. Rolls out. Throws on the run. Incomplete. He was looking for Mark Ingram. And it's been that way all first half. Sloppy play, and we're getting another punt. And Miami will be in pretty good shape. 1:54 to go, and all 3 timeouts left.
And that drop looked like early career Mark Ingram, not current Mark Ingram. He has worked hard to become a much better, much more reliable pass catcher out of the backfield. Early in his career, they weren't so sure he would develop into that.
Thomas Morstead punting out of his own end zone here. Good kick. As Landry stays in bounds at the 31 and just nowhere to go. And another penalty flag. Justin Hardy there to make a good tackle after a 59-yard punt.
Tic-tac, boy.
Would be great if we could go 2 plays without a penalty here, Charles.
I mean, it really would be nice. This game has become has been choppy from the beginning. Too many fits and starts.
And so we wait for this one from Ed Hockley.
During the return, illegal block in the back by the receiving team, number 27. The 10-yard penalty enforced from the dead ball spot. First down.
Jay Cutler has played at Wembley Stadium before, and the last time he was here wasn't so great for him. You see the numbers. However, that day the Bears won that game, even though it wasn't Cutler's best day. He's actually thrown the ball pretty well today. The interception, you can make an argument that certainly wasn't his fault. Julius Thomas just kind of didn't go up for a fade route. Got out muscled by Ken Crawley. And then it's just been penalties and things like that for each team. Sloppiness.
And I know that Adam Gase has wanted a lot of people to touch the ball early, like a basketball team, to start off a lot of touches. I think he may down focus a little bit. They need to find Devontae Parker a lot in the passing game.
This guy helps. It's Ajayi. Another flag. As Ajayi's got a first down. But let's see what the penalty is. Maybe coming back.
During the run, personal foul, face mask by the offense, number 67. A penalty is enforced from the spot of the foul, half the distance to the goal. Repeat first down.
It's on Laramie Tunsil, the left tackle, the former first-round draft pick. So, again, another big play by Miami is brought backwards.
So Tunsil right there, 67. Goes to the second level, work on Marshon Lattimore. And he grabbed the face mask, I believe, with his left hand before Lattimore was able to release and go try and make the play. No rhythm at all in this ball game. Both sides stopping themselves.
Damian Williams in the backfield now. He's lined up as a receiver. Cutler's going to throw the other way, though, for Landry, looking for a block. And another flag comes in. This is getting ridiculous. And the fans, some boos here at Wembley, and I don't blame them.
Pass interference, offense number 80 was blocking downfield. Half the distance to the goal. Repeat first down.
So that's Anthony Fasano, the tight end. There's a good block there by Devontae Parker. And he also has a hold right there of Ken Crawley. You see that? Had his hand up there. And there's Adam Gase trying to figure out how to get some offense going. It looks like Left Shark made it to the game.
Is that the left shark or the right shark?
And the only play hasn't come out today was in his pocket.
Is that official? First and 25. Kenny Stills has a catch. And he's out across the 10. Ball is loose. Miami jumps on it. Boy, that could have been huge. But Fasano saved his team there. New Orleans has 2 timeouts now, and they're letting it run right here.
It's a good tackle by Marshon Lattimore. See how he raked the football out? That's good coaching, and that's good execution by him. And then Fasano, coming in to atone for the penalty, jumps on the loose football.
Now the clock is stopped, but I haven't seen an official signal for a timeout. They're resetting the clock to 1:18. Okay. And they are reviewing the play on the field. Question is why?
I mean, the ball came free. Fasano jumped on, and then he went over the sideline out of bounds with the football. Not sure what we're missing here.
I would just like to know why they're doing this.
See, Lattimore 23 with a nice job breaking the football out. So the ball's out, and it comes down inbounds. Fasano has the football, and now he's out of bounds with the football. I'm not sure what the review's about.
Well, why don't we see if we can find out, because, you know, I know London to LA, it's about what, 11.5-hour flight, but luckily over our fiber lines, much quicker to go and talk to Mike Pereira, who's in our studios in LA. Mike, what are they looking at here?
I have no idea. It's kind of part of the flow of this whole game so far. You know, what you have is you have certainly a catch fumble. Now you have the recovery of the sideline, which, by the way, he doesn't recover inbounds. He's touching the ball without control while it's out of bounds. But you can't really review that aspect in terms of the clock. So, you know what? It's typical of this game so far. It seems to be another needless stop that we have going on here.
That I would agree with you totally with, Mike, because it's not even close about whether it's a catch or no catch. He catches the ball. He moves upfield. Thanks a lot for coming on, helping us out, Mike. We're all trying to figure this one out.
We have a scoreless game here with 1:18 to go. Saints, Dolphins. Adam Gase, if you missed it during the week, what he thinks of his offense. He called it garbage. I'm just tired of watching it for 2 years. Just garbage. So we're going to figure something out. And you know what? The first drive,
the ball was touched by the player when he was out of bounds at the 11-yard line. Therefore, the ball is at the 11-yard line. Miami's ball. Reset the clock to 1:27. That's what the clock was at the time the player touched the ball out of bounds.
The only thing you can say is they were looking for the right spot to put the football. But the spot was right where he went out of bounds.
You know what I'm going to say?
I'm trying here. I'm trying.
First half is making me late for tea time.
Are you going to miss high tea?
Yes, and I had it the other day, and it was very good.
And now Miami's called a timeout, I believe.
Well, Charles Davis, boy, this has been an awful first half of football. I mean, it's just been brutal. It's really hard to get a pace of play, right? I mean, there's been a flag almost every other play.
It has, and you have two teams who are both fighting to try and get their mojo and their rhythm back, okay? And you're talking especially about the Miami Dolphins, who had a really rough week last week in New York against the Jets. They wanted to play well here. Jay Ajayi's from London. He really wanted to play well. And maybe there's a little extra pressure there, but they're hurting themselves with all the penalties.
Yeah.
And the Saints, they wanted to carry over what they did last week against Carolina, and they have been doing that on defense, but they can't get their offensive rhythm going either.
But you think where it started, Miami had a great drive right down the field, and then a miscommunication, whatever it was, Julius Thomas on a fade interception. And New Orleans goes right down the field, and they look good, missed field goal, and then since then it's just been complete nothing on the field.
Since then it's been a flag fest.
Yeah, and that's where we are right now. So here's the bottom line, 1:27 to go. Second down and 20 for the Dolphins. Cutler's going to hand off to Damian Williams in the game, and that is going to get maybe a yard. The Saints have to call a timeout here, and they rightfully so will. So New Orleans will have one timeout left, I believe.
And Sean Payton rushed the field immediately to call that timeout, hoping to get the ball back one last time.
We'll be back in 30 here on Fox.
You have to have a lot of passion to grow grass in December in Denver. You have to know how many times a cleat can touch a single blade before it breaks. Even if it doesn't make the headlines, when it's football, you give it everything.
Chris, you know what I mean?
Appreciate everything you do for football, man.
The game wouldn't be as good without you.
Scoreless game, 1:23 to go here from London, England. It's been a fun week here overseas for our Fox crew, and these teams certainly would have liked to start better than they have. 1:23 left, 3rd and 20 for Miami. New Orleans has one timeout left here and would be in good field position if they can make a stop. Cutler, quick throw. Landry looking for a block. He's got nowhere to go. Lattimore there. Saints call a timeout, and they'll have plenty of time. 1:18 left as Miami will have to punt. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and Fox Sports Supports proud to team up with the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence. We support their vision of creating a world in which domestic violence is not tolerated and where victims and survivors are supported and empowered. Find out how you can join the conversation this month by visiting foxsportsupports.com. And so Miami will punt from their own end zone. Matt Hawk will punt it away. Ted Ginn back to receive, waiting at his 40. Saints are out of timeouts, but 1:18 to go. Plenty enough time for Drew Brees. sliding grab by Ginn.
Another short punt, too, by Hawk. And how about that field position New Orleans gets to start with?
Pretty good, and plenty of time to go out of timeouts. Coming up, the Visa Halftime Show. Kurt, Terry, and Jimmy in studio, breaking down the first half. They may decipher each flag, I'm not sure. And then a good slate of NFL games coming your way today on Fox. They will preview some of those. Again, early back in the States. We started this one at 2:30 London time. And so let's see if the Saints can get on the board. Their only chance, a Will Lutz 41-yard missed field goal earlier today. They started out with Mark Ingram in the backfield. Here's a blitz. Picked up. Breeze over the middle, and it's incomplete. He had a man, Thomas, couldn't connect. New Orleans with 94 total yards. Miami with 120 total yards. And again, most of those were on each team's first drive.
And I know the Miami Dolphins have wanted their defensive backs to play tighter coverage in recent games. They feel like they've got to get one step closer to receivers. They'll really need it here because you can't play off at all despite how little time's left in the half.
Four-man rush, there's pressure. Breeze slings it near side, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Fleener.
They've got to play that tight coverage here to keep them out of a potential field goal range. So you can't just back off and say, okay, take the short stuff here. They give up 3.
That was a Tim Tebow against Caleb Haney game in 2011. That's the last time there's been a scoreless game at the half in the National Football League. And crazy it is, we're trying to set this up for Drew Brees, Charles. Miami's got timeouts left here, so if they hold, they'll get the ball back.
And they haven't had to use them because the clock stopped at 2 incompletions.
That's correct. 3rd and 10. Four-man rush. Breeze over the middle. Caught! What a grab by Thomas. Fighting off Howard on the play, and it's a first down.
And that's just a flat-out, I'm going to take the ball from you type of a play. Michael Thomas just went ahead and decided the ball was his.
42 seconds to go. Low snap. Breeze over the middle again. He's got a completion. And that is to the tight end, Fleener. That's good for 9. In field goal range now. 30 seconds to go. No timeouts. And Breeze just going to run up and sneak it for a first down. But again, the clock is ticking here. And they've got to get to the line and spike it. 17 seconds. 12 seconds. They're going to spike it. Now, that was a curious call.
They were obviously just playing for 3 there. Obviously just playing for 3.
But why?
That would be a question I'd love to ask, because if I've got Drew Brees, I might take a couple shots at the end zone.
That's what I'm saying.
That's just me. But they were just playing for 3 in that one. For him to sneak it there and then come back and spike it, I can't answer that one. But Drew Brees throwing the football, I like my chances of him trying to throw it downfield.
Well, it looks like they will try for one more play with 9 seconds to go. Remember, though, you got to keep it towards the sidelines. If anybody's tackled in the field or if Breeze gets sacked, the half will likely end.
Or they might just move it for positioning for where Will Lutz might want it.
Breeze looking, throwing near side, incomplete. Probably better off, honestly. And so 4 seconds to go, and they will try a field goal here. And so this will be, what, a 43-yarder, looks like, for Lutz. He missed a 41-yarder earlier in the game right here.
And he pushed it right. Normally, right-footed kickers like it on the right hash mark so they can hit it like a draw, like if you're a golfer, and draw it back right to left.
So Lutz will try again from 43 yards out, and this time it is good, and we have points on the board from England. At the break, the Saints take a 3-0 lead. As we take a look at some fun from Week 3, Sounds from the Field, brought to you by Walmart.com. Now offering free 2-day shipping.
I'm a rock star. I'll give him my game check. He makes it. Woo! And the kick is, it's good!
We have some points on the board. It's New Orleans 3, Miami nothing at the break here from Wembley. After the break, Kurt Menefee, halftime show coming your way.
Saturday on Fox. Success for the Sooners. Touchdown! Means every opponent gives them their best. This week, Iowa State takes their shot. Then, Maryland looks to shock the country when they take on Ohio State. College football, Saturday on Fox.
You can't put a price on safety. That's why every 2017 Toyota RAV4 comes with lane departure alert, pre-collision system, dynamic radar cruise control, and automatic high beams, all standard at no extra charge. To get similar safety features in a Nissan Rogue, you'd have to pay $8,505 more. The 2017 Toyota RAV4. Plus, get an additional $2,000 cash back on a new 2017 RAV4. Toyota, let's go places.
My new house feels so dull.
Well, you're in the right place.
I didn't realize how many colors you have.
Come on, find the right one together.
Pinky Bug?
Save 50% on the Aqualife high-spout kitchen faucet in chrome or satin nickel, now only $39.97. Minwax fast-dry polyurethane is a low $6.97 after rebate. Save over 40%. Hurry in for value's lowest prices of the season.
No matter what's important in your life, M&T Bank wants you to enjoy more of it. With conveniences to make your life easier, we're here to help you spend less time banking and more time doing what you love.
On the next Big Bang Theory.
What's the emergency?
I got the Mars rover stuck in a ditch.
Where?
On a dusty highway just outside Bakersfield.
Where do you think? On Mars?
Wolowitz is in deep.
Anything? Actually, I was just checking my email.
Next Big Bang.
Monday night at 6 on Fox 29. Ring of Honor teams up with New Japan Pro Wrestling at the Buffalo River Works Thursday, October 12th at 7 p.m. Visit ROHWrestling.com now for tickets and info.
Mighty Taco, Mighty Taco, Mighty Taco.
Welcome to the Visa Halftime Report. Visa, everywhere you want to be.
So prior to the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner in today's game in London, the Saints collectively took a knee. Then everybody stood during the playing of the national anthem. 3 Dolphins took a knee during the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Once they got to playing football, Ken Crawley with the Visa play of the game, keeping it scoreless until the last play right before half. Saints with a 3-0 lead here to welcome you to the Visa halftime. And Jimmy Johnson, 16 combined penalties between these two teams. Adam Gase didn't like his offense last week. They got no points at halftime this week.
Garbage.
Well, they're moving the football, Lord. It's a sloppy game on both sides because of the penalties. And then you don't have the helmet communication with the sideline working. But Jay Cutler's been able to complete some passes, throwing across the middle to Landry and to Parker. Doing a nice job when he gets protection. You know, and here he takes the ball right down to the goal line. They've got first and goal. He's got his mind made up. He's going to throw the fade route. The back shoulder throw is there, but he throws the interception, keeps them from getting some points.
Well, Terry, the Saints haven't really lit it up either. They've got the 3 points. But one thing they have done, they've got, well, that'd be a blowout in soccer right now.
your note.
You did? It'd be a blowout in the soccer game right now. But you take a look at the Saints offense. They have gotten the rookie Kamara involved.
Kamara's a guy. Remember Sproles a few years ago when they got him from San Diego and Sean Payton just lit it up. Put him at wingback, put him in the slot, put him out of the backfield, put him in motion, flanker, X, Z. He did it all, and they threw the football to Sproles. Well, here comes Kamara. He is the same type of player. Elusive out of the backfield, can run great routes, has awesome hands, and believe it or not, he can run the football. Makes you wonder why they brought Adrian Peterson over. But this is a kid. They found their other guy. Now they have 4 really good receivers. Fleener be the 5th. They're loaded offensively, so it's hard to believe they only have 3 points.
Well, we'll see if they can get more in the second half.
I'm sorry I stole your note.
That's okay.
Teamwork, though. That was good.
I'll give it to you. You can
I've already used it.
When we come back, we'll get you all set for the 1 o'clock kickoffs. The cheerleaders, they're getting ready to entertain the folks over at Wembley during halftime. More to come on the Visa Halftime Show.
Buy 1 Papa John's pizza and get your next pizza free when you pay with Visa checkout. Terms and exclusions apply.
You know when you put your hand out of the window of a moving car? I can push the air together, guide it. It's cool. We're all freaks here.
We're getting picked off one by one. The X-Men, we don't even know if they exist anymore. Go, go! When do we fight?
Now. The Gifted series premiere tomorrow on Fox.
Charlie runs into an old flame.
It's me, Jill Bill,
on 2.5 Men.
Monday night at 11 on Fox 29.
Me and you just singing on the train. Me and you listening to the rain. Me and you sitting on the lawn. Me and you just singing our song just to rhyme, to shine, and to pass the time.
Current GMC lessees can get this low-mileage lease on this specially equipped GMC Sierra SLE for around $239 per month. We are professional grade GMC.
Not every rivalry is a fair fight. Like Wendy's and the beef they've always had with the other guys who make you settle for thawed out. But Wendy's goes all out. They've been serving up fresh, never frozen beef on every hot and juicy hamburger for nearly 50 years. Which is why true hamburger fans don't see much of a rivalry between fresh and frozen. And why Wendy's holds the title, official hamburger of the NCAA.
Level up with the brand new Nissan Rogue Sport with automatic emergency braking that could stop for you. Intelligent all-wheel drive and around view monitor. Wow. Take on today the brand new Nissan Rogue Sport, part of the Rogue family. Lease today starting at just $159 per month or get 0% for up to 72 months on Rogue.
Enjoy all your favorites right from your home or office with Jim's Steakout delivery service, now available at select locations. Jim's Steakout, a Western New York tradition since 1981.
2 on your side at 10, tonight on Fox 29. The Family Feud, weeknights at 7:30 on Fox 29.
It starts with one. One team, one focus, one community. All of us standing as one. Each of us doing our part when no one is watching. To come together stronger as a team united. Let's go, baby. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3. Hey. It starts with one.
So throw out the quarterbacks. Throw out the quarterbacks.
Right.
Who's got the best skill position player?
Minnesota. Thielen at wideout. Diggs had 173 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns last week. And Cook, the Dalvin Cook, the running back, the rookie out of Florida State. And then Rudolph at tight end. That's 4 really excellent offensive weapons for whatever quarterback is playing for Minnesota.
All right, those games come up at 1 o'clock Eastern time, but there's still another half coming your way from London as the Saints and Dolphins. Somebody will try and get into the end zone. It's 3-0 right now at halftime. Kevin Burkhardt, Charles Davis, and Pam Oliver take it from here.
Adam Scott and Craig Robinson are partners in the paranormal.
I don't really know how to do any of this stuff.
Ghosted premieres tonight on Fox.
It is a paranormal perfect storm. We need to get a team on this. Who's available?
Our top agents are all deployed.
Okay, we'll just get whoever's left.
I don't really know how to do any of this stuff.
Tonight on Fox.
Okay, well, she's talking again, so that's good.
Craig Robinson and Adam Scott are a match made in sitcom heaven.
Whoa! Leroy!
Oh, thank you.
Nope.
Got my Fitbit. Gotta get my steps in. Ghosted premieres tonight after The Simpsons on Fox.
Daddy's gotta go to work.
Look, over there!
Sorry?
Simp scientists agree. Simpsanity is caused by every Simpsons ever on FXX.
We knew perfectly well it was addictive. We thought we were God.
Every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.
I would pay to see it again and again and again and again, but not 6 times.
5 days a week, not Wednesday, not Saturday.
Weak, and lame.
Every Simpsons ever on FXX and always on FX Now.
Frank out.
CC, what up, baby? What up, dog? Good to see you, man. You ready to do this?
First things first, I'm Nick Wright. That's the Hall of Famer Chris Carter. What up, CC?
How about them Cowboys?
This is undisputed.
And with the shotgun, Steelers trailing by 3. Second and goal at the 4. He's back. He punts. The pass was in. Touchdown!
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
First half moments brought to you by Gaines. Seriously good sets.
What a scene here in London at Wembley Stadium. 90,000 strong. Lofted to Thomas in the corner. Intercepted. What a play by Ken Crawley. He played it beautifully. Miller in trouble, and down he goes. Raphael Bush on the safety blitz gets him.
And so as we get set for the third quarter, it's 3-0 Saints lead the Dolphins. Welcome back to our broadcast booth. Charles Davis, I'm Kevin Burkhardt. Well, I'll tell you one thing as we look at the stats, and we'll get to us in a second. Here's what you need to look. Look at the bottom. 57 plays. 16 called penalties out of the 57 plays. I'm sorry, but that's unacceptable, and that's why the play has been choppy. And so here we go now. Welcome to the booth. A little late. So how do these teams get out of it? How do they wait? It's hard to get a rhythm with that, right? Yes. So how do they change it in the second half?
Well, I think obviously number one, they've got to clean up their own play because all the flags are being called aren't necessarily because they're just phantom calls. Guys are doing things, slowing themselves down. But to me, it turns into a matchup game here in the second half. Devontae Parker is a matchup nightmare for the Dolphins. And if you flip it over, Michael Thomas is a matchup nightmare for the Saints. How are you going to guard them in key situations in the second half?
Meanwhile, here is Kamara on the return. And he's got it out across the 20. Saints will start the third quarter with the ball. Down to the sidelines we go with Pam Oliver.
Hey there, Kevin. Well, since we haven't had any, I asked both coaches about offense. Adam Gase, meantime, he told me that it's just a matter of us trying to get something going. He felt like that communication issue did not really affect the kind of rhythm that they were after. He did say those penalties, though, are killing us. Meantime, for Sean Payton, he told me that the penalties are also a problem, but they have to aim for better balance in this ball game, and they have to play smarter. Meantime, linebacker Alex Anzalone, he is out officially with the shoulder. Back to you.
Oh, okay, Pam, thanks for that. New Orleans 1st and 10. See if they get something going, and they'll try the run game with Mark Ingram to start it off.
It's interesting what Pam just told us about establishing balance. Talk about, you know, the New Orleans Saints being able to run the ball a little bit more. And they've got two guys who are primed for it in Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara. I think those guys now, you can do so many things with them. The run game will be a part of that.
On second down, 4-man rush. Reese stands in, fires, and he's got a man. It's Coleman wide open into Dolphin territory. And Brandon Coleman down to the 40. It's a pickup of 31.
Kevin, you've seen New Orleans practice, right? So when Drew Brees goes through practice sessions, After he throws the ball in practice, he resets his feet and goes through all the other progressions so he has it in his mind for the game. What did he just do there? Saw that he didn't have his first progression, reset his feet and came back left and stuck it on Brandon Coleman.
Beautiful play, longest play of the game at 31 yards. Fake the run. Breeze near side going for Thomas. And Thomas has the catch on his knees where he's touchdown there. And so Thomas has 6 on the play.
See, no matter who you send to cover Michael Thomas, if he's a cornerback, that's a matchup in the favor of the New Orleans Saints. The second thing I think that Sean Payton's going to try and do is get Alvin Kamara isolated. And he had him on the last series where he got him out of the backfield and Kiko Alonso bounced out to cover him. That's a matchup I'd take all day long if I'm the New Orleans Saints.
Saw the numbers for Thomas, 5 catches, 44 yards today. They will run it here. And Kamara going to be a yard shy. You know, Michael Thomas, he's had a pretty impressive start to his career, Charles. 2nd-round pick out of Ohio State. And you consider this. He had the 2nd most catches in a season ever for a rookie. Only Anquan Bolden had more. And he missed a game. With all that being said, he still had 92 grabs.
And the reason he ended up going in the 2nd round is people questioned his so-called long speed. Just how fast is he? But with his body and his catch radius, that makes up for any lack of speed because he just envelops the ball downfield.
This will be a 3rd down and 1. Ingram in the game at tailback. Give it to him, man. He is buried. Rashad Jones came from the safety spot and dropped him for a loss of 3. But hang on, there is a penalty in the secondary.
So in 2015, Rashad Jones had 135 tackles. Here's a big reason why. Spotted the play, realized he was unaccounted for by a blocker, and spills it.
Holding. Defense number 56. The 5-yard penalty from the previous spot and an automatic 1st down.
It's on Devon Godshaw, the rookie defensive tackle.
So was he holding an offensive lineman as they were running a stunt or a game up front? That's often what that call is a result of. That you end up holding an offensive lineman so they can't get out into their pattern or their blocking assignment to allow your guy to make a play.
Ingram and Kamara in the game, both in the backfield today. I think it's the first time they've done that. They fake, Breeze, slide steps, get decked as he throws it out of bounds. He had no choice but to let it fly that time as he was getting pressured by Vincent Taylor.
Very intelligent play by Drew Brees. Didn't have anything. Instead of taking the sack, gets it out over the sideline near the line of scrimmage. Lives to fight another down with no loss of yardage.
Second down, out of the eye they go. They'll run in a big hole for Ingram with a spin at the end, and Mark Ingram has himself a gain of 9.
And you know they don't have John Kuhn anymore, the fullback. He's on the IR, okay? Now look at the Dolphins. They're all up. None of them are set when this ball is snapped. And then Michael Omenawinui, number 84, serves as the lead blocker. Number 71, Ryan Ramczyk, gets downfield to the 2nd level to help that run. But when you're not set on defense, it's a lot easier to run the football against your front.
Sure is. They mark it as a gain of 8, so it'll be a 3rd down and 2. Kamara in the backfield. Breeze to throw it. Pumps. Comes back. Kamara's wide open. Now closing speed. Kamara breaks the tackle. And he should be close. Let's see the spot. Oh, the spot is shy. As Bobby McCain missed the initial tackle, but they do spot it about a half-yard shy, and now decision time.
If I were the Saints, I'd ask for a measurement. First and foremost, I want to see what I'm getting, because that was awfully close. And here Sean Payton is showing that he wants to go for it here on 4th down and short.
He's bringing in an extra lineman. That's Josh Laribus, number 61. So they're going to go with the jumbo package and at least appear to go for it on a 4th down and 1.
That was awfully close.
Sure was. Ingram in the backfield. Breeze on the sneak. Oh, this will be close. It looks like he got it. And
he did is because he lunged at the end, because he took that hesitation step to let a block develop, and that's when the penetration got to him.
Well, this spot will be everything. It certainly wasn't a gimme.
Yeah, I would have questioned the spot earlier when Kamara went out of bounds.
Right. Let's see. Still waiting. No ruling, no discussion, no measurement. Now they'll measure.
But it wasn't just a straight sneak by Drew Brees. You notice? He took the snap, took that one little hesitation step to try and allow for a block to develop. And then as he lunged forward, that's when the contact was happening to him in the backfield. That was the penetration by the Dolphins that made it difficult. Now here's the previous play where I would have said, I would have asked for a measurement if I were the New Orleans Saints.
Here's the measurement on this one. It's super close and
didn't get it.
That is unbelievable. They call it by a hair.
Oh, my goodness. Because the Dolphins thought that he did not get it.
Now, wow. So close.
I mean, that's a fingernails difference right there. Look at that.
I mean, how do you even tell? I mean, the Dolphins could challenge us if they wanted to.
You see the hesitation there by Brees? Was that Sue 93 the first contact in the backfield?
It was.
In any event, it's now first down.
Brees will come near side. Tommy Lee Lewis makes the catch. I was going to say, Charles, again, the Dolphins could challenge that, but I mean, how do you look at that and say, oh yeah, it was a hair difference
at that stage?
So, with maybe a little push and a little luck, New Orleans, 10th play of this drive coming here to start the third quarter.
I would dare say that we are approximating something that feels like a rhythm on offense with New Orleans on this drive.
Would agree. More Kamara in the backfield. That's get in motion. Brees, draw. Kamara gets a block. Kamara, shoulder down. First down inside the 5. Well, you can see why Payton has a man crush on this kid because he can play.
Go back to his pro day last year before the draft at the University of Tennessee. Alvin Kamara, number 41, takes the draw and gets upfield. He had done very well at the combine and wanted to stand on his numbers, didn't want to do anything. And there, right there at the end, look how he drops the shoulder, too, with a nice block by Michael Thomas on the corner. Sean Payton said, hold a second, I want to see you do some stuff. He went inside, got his cleats, and ran through the New Orleans Saints playbook. And that increased the man crush Sean Payton had on Alvin Kamara.
First and goal. Brees rolls, looking for Thomas. Touchdown!
So watch Michael Thomas come back to short motion, and then he gets a little escort there by Josh Hill, number 82, just kind of runs off of his route and then gets physical and runs through the attempted tackle by Cordray Tankersley to get into the end zone. Used his strength and got the ball over the goal line. It's a good attempted tackle by Tankersley, but you got to get your head and shoulders across the body of the runner in order to keep him out of the end zone. He doesn't do it, and Thomas scores.
And so a long drive by New Orleans to start the third quarter. 11 plays, 77 yards, took up just under 6 minutes. And, of course, the big play on that 4th and inches. They get it on a quarterback sneak. It's amazing the difference, right? A hair's difference between Miami taking over and being down 10-0. And that's what we have. And so the Saints start off the second half on a high note here in London. They've got a 10-0 lead on the Dolphins.
Behind every seat is a story. Behind every story is the reason for transparency.
Let's welcome these guys to the program.
You make their day, we make it easy as a tap.
Pizza!
Use Visa checkout to order Papa John's Pizza this NFL season.
LAPD brass is sending over Deputy Chief.
Hello, Roger.
We have a history. All new Lethal Weapon, Tuesday on Fox.
Today's game is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency.
Well, the Dolphins maybe got a bad break or two. A spot by a hair on a Drew Brees quarterback sneak made a difference on a 4th and short. And then the Saints finish up an impressive drive to start the third quarter. 11 plays, 77 yards, and Michael Thomas has his 2nd touchdown of the year. This is the play before the sneak, Charles. That was ruled that he was short. And they didn't measure. They didn't look.
And I think the surprise to me was the Saints not saying, okay, can you measure that for me? So I know what I'm dealing with. They just came right out with the confidence, got it on the Brees sneak by a sliver, and then the physicalness of Michael Thomas. Remember what I said at the half. He's a matchup problem no matter who covers him. Okay, bigger guy, he'll run past him. Smaller guy, he goes through him. So that's a tough one. And then getting Kamara involved as they did. That's another matchup issue. And the biggest thing that Kamara's showing is ability to run inside and run with some power, which I think is going to surprise some people.
Alvin Kamara's got 10 touches today. I mean, Sean Payton is using him everywhere.
He better get ready because the rest of the season, when healthy, he'll get at least that and more as the season progresses.
Yeah, he's their biggest weapon right now. Does it everywhere. And so Miami will take over on their own 25, down 10-0 here in the third. Got some college football doubleheader Saturday on Fox, 11:30 Eastern. Iowa State against number 3 Oklahoma. And then a little later, it's Maryland against Ohio State, who throttled Rutgers yesterday. College football on Fox next Saturday.
Some really good games coming up. Oklahoma number 3, Baker Mayfield. But sad day in college football yesterday because we lost Coach Joe Tiller, former head coach of Wyoming and Purdue, Coach Drew Brees at Purdue, when the Boilermakers went to a Rose Bowl together. So our sympathies to the Tiller family, his wife Arlene.
Here's Cutler to throw it. Over the middle. Cutler's got a completion. There is Devontae Parker, who's out to the 30 for a gain of 5.
So there they were, 2000. That's the game that they clinched going to the Rose Bowl. There's Coach Joe Tiller, Drew Brees, his quarterback. Then they went on, played in the Rose Bowl, lost the game, but that really didn't matter. Getting Purdue back to the Rose Bowl, I believe that's the first time they've been back to the Rose Bowl since Bob Greasy, former Dolphins Hall of Fame quarterback, was a starting quarterback at Purdue.
College football world lost a good one in Joe Tiller. Here is Ajayi, and Ajayi works his way near a first down. You know, Adam Gase made it clear he wanted to get others involved. I feel like maybe time to try and ride Jay Ajayi a little bit. He's running well, 10 carries for 41 yards, but his use has been a little sporadic today.
I want down focus a little bit. You know, with all the penalties and the stops and starts, maybe your idea there, Kevin,